Welcome to Drawfee Beans, where we take dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Julia.
Whoa, we got a three-hand beans. Special beans.
All hands on beans.
All hands on beans. Guys, this suggestion comes to us from Twitter because, Jacob, you found this very good post.
Yeah.
From Mr. Anime Random.
The What is Your Hero Name post. Got your first and last initials there.
Yep.
And it came up because I found it like late at night and I noticed that Julia's name was Wet Farmer, which is incredibly funny to me.
It's good.
I'm just out in the fields doing what I do.
But of course,
come rain or shine.
People were real excited that my name is Professor Steve. So Apkaoni. That's how at Apkaoni _ that's how I'm gonna pronounce it. APK Oni said, "Can we talk about how Nathan Yaffe is Professor Steve? Can you guys please draw these Hero-Sonas?"
So we're doing it.
So we're doing it.
The answer is yes.
I want to draw myself as Professor Steve. I think we make a pretty good hero team, the three of us.
By day.
Professor Steve, Wet Farmer, and what are you, Jacob? You're also wet.
Yeah.
We're couple wet heroes
I'm
over
wet
here.
gravity, which I'm pretty sure is just rain. I think that's just rain.
Or like a waterfall.
Yeah,
Wet
any sort
gravity.
of like falling water.
Oh yeah, that's like I think that's like a spa. That's like a spa treatment.
Wet gravity?
Wet gravity, yeah.
Give me the wet gravity.
So Nathan, you have a brother.
I do have a brother whose name is actually Steve.
His name is actually Steve. So what is his hero name?
He's Kid Steve.
Oh, good.
It
Oh,
worked
good. We
out
got the
so
Steve
well.
brothers.
The Steve brothers.
Professor Steve and his son / brother, Kid Steve.
Yeah.
I want to see what my brother would be. I'm gonna look this up. I have to
He
pull
would
up the
he would
tweet.
also be a farmer, right?
He would be a farmer.
the
Let's
farmer
see what kind of
family.
farmer he would be. He would be
Oh, I can't wait.
Rainbow farmer.
Rainbow farmer.
Rainbow
That's pretty
farmer and wet
epic.
farmer. That
Yeah.
makes sense
You
because the
work
rainbow
together.
always follows the wet.
Yeah, so you have to like farm up the water that goes into the air and creates the rainbows that your brother then farms.
Yeah.
What about your parents? Who are they?
How about we don't? How about we don't discuss what their name is?
I have to know. What is it?
Well,
Is one of them bad?
yeah.
Oh, no.
So let's not talk about it. My parents both have the same initials.
Oh, good. Oh, perfect. Well, I
okay.
guess we just won't talk
Yeah,
about
we
it.
Let's not
then.
talk about
Let's
it.
just not talk about it. It's great because this is a beans, so you get to hear us
Not talking
decide
about
to
it.
not talk about it. So I'm giving myself sort of a professor, a professor like a tweed, like a big tweed jacket.
So this is a high-collared tweed?
Yeah, high collar tweed.
I don't think that exists.
Yeah,
but it
that's
can,
what makes it a superhero costume.
It can now.
Yeah.
Right now, you're looking like a young Professor X.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like because this is like a My Hero Academia post. It's anime,
Yeah, it's anime.
so we're not dealing with your traditional Marvel or DC superpowers. We're dealing with quirks.
Yeah, these are quirks.
So I was trying to think of what my quirk would be for Professor Steve, and I think it's similar to like Purple Hair guy.
Oh, yeah, where you can, like, command people?
Yeah, so I think my quirk is called assigned reading.
Okay.
And basically, if I hit you with a piece of literature, you have to read it. You can't do anything until you've read it. So my power is that, and then I just trained really hard at getting good at throwing books.
So your power is forced literacy?
Yeah, like...
It's assigned reading.
It ends up
Yeah.
being, like, good.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's robbing a store, and then you throw a book at them that teaches them why they shouldn't rob stores.
Yeah.
They come out of it a better person.
But also, it's just a good distraction. Like, they have to read it. They can't fight while they're reading. I mean, some I guess, villains learn how to read super fast to deal.
If one has a speed reading quirk,
Yeah.
that would be...
That would be my weakness.
Yeah. I hope that like sometimes you just throw like your weird fan fictions at enemies.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
I mean
they have
you can
to read it. Like
yeah, they have to read it and then they get real creeped out.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I making out with you in this?
Did you write this just now? It's so
Maybe.
long.
Maybe I did.
How did you prepare for this?
I just have fan fiction for every supervillain
Just in case.
readily available.
Yeah.
Gotta give myself
Every
a
book, if
little-
you were a supervillain, I
Mhm.
think like every book you wrote would be #1 New York Times bestseller. Because you could just go on TV and project your quirk. Everyone would have to read your
Everyone
book.
would have to read my book. Yeah, I could use my powers for evil.
I was gonna
could.
say, wouldn't that make him a villain then?
That's what I said. If he was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
villain,
If
that's
I
how
was a
he would-
villain, but I'm not a villain. I'm a hero.
I feel like part of the My Hero Academia thing, you know, is they have to consider how their powers could be used for villainy.
Right.
Because like Shinso, the purple-haired guy,
Shinso,
Yeah.
that's his name.
he's always
My
got the
favorite guy.
problem that's like, you know, a lot of people think I was going to be a villain.
Everyone
because-
assumes because it's a great power for a villain.
Yeah,
and he wants to prove that he can use it to be a hero.
yeah, which is pretty rad.
It's a good show,
Yeah.
that Hero Academia.
I did say he was my favorite boy. He's actually my second favorite boy because my favorite boy is Tornado Guy.
Tornado guy.
The wind guy.
Enthusiastic tornado guy.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name right now.
me
I
neither.
was really trying to. It's like, starts with an I.
I can look him up.
Look it up. It starts with an I. I know it does. I'm going to remember it at some point. I like to remember all the names. This is a dapper haircut you got.
Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm doing like the sort of long hair professor thing. So I've got like a bit of a ponytail.
Oh,
going.
sure. Yeah.
I've got ponytail and then some like real nice shorn.
Inasa.
Inasa. It wasn't I. I was going to say Inara, and it was close. It was literally one letter space away.
Yeah,
One letter space.
One letter space away.
that's my favorite boy. Enthusiastic wind guy.
He's so enthusiastic. He just wants to be. He wants to be a cool hero.
Do you think your hero would say things like, see me after class?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think I just have. I simply must have like a messenger bag full of books.
What
Right.
happens if you throw your book at an illiterate villain?
Then they just have to sound it out.
It becomes picture books.
It becomes picture books?
It becomes picture books.
Or do they have to like learn
They
how
have
to
to learn
read?
how to read.
Like through using that book, they have to learn how to read until
Yeah.
they can complete it and comprehend it.
Yeah.
So you can really trap someone for a long time.
Yeah, book trap.
You've fallen into my book trap.
So this dude is 100% a professor at the UA, right?
Yeah, he's definitely a professor.
He's Professor Steve.
He's Professor Steve.
He makes all of his students. If a student is being particularly rowdy and not doing the homework assignments, he throws the books at him.
Yeah, and then they have to read it. All of his students get amazing grades.
Yeah, they
'cause
do. They do all the reading.
They have to do all the reading. Man, I almost wish I had a professor that had this quirk
Yeah.
and could have made me do all my reading I was supposed to in a timely fashion.
I'm just mad at myself for making myself have to draw books.
Yeah,
They're not easy to draw.
they're just rectangles.
And I don't like drawing rectangles.
Wow.
I'll trade you for Wet Farmer.
It's too late. So this is Professor Steve. I don't really know what Steve like. I think that's just his name. It's just Professor Steve. It's me. I'm Professor Steve.
You're Professor Steve, yeah.
Not to be confused with my brother Kid Steve.
Yeah, that's Kid Steve. Don't get it mixed up.
Yeah. Don't get it mixed up.
And like everyone's like, why is your hero named Professor Steve when your real name is Nathan? And you're like, read this book
Look,
about it.
Yeah. Listen, I read this thing on the internet. If I print something out from the internet and put it into a book, you still have to read it. So there you
You have to read
it.
the entire history of my Twitter.
I just drew Van Hohenheim.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Van Hohenheim with books.
That's why I was thinking ponytail, because this is a look already.
Yeah, this is his exact look.
Hold on. Let's get rid of the ponytail.
Oh, now it's not him anymore.
Now it's not Van Hohenheim anymore. Now it's just let's do
It's Nathan. It's Professor
let's
Steve.
get like some maybe just long. Maybe just like that.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit more Nathan.
That's more me anyway.
Yeah.
There, it's a completely different character. Don't have to worry about it. Getting my animes crossed.
No problem.
No problem. Professor Steve, draw some wet heroes, please.
Yeah, let me get in. I got a wet hero for you guys that you're gonna love.
Wet gravity.
Wet gravity.
Wet
gravity.
Gravity.
I think like the only way I can kind of imagine this works is that maybe like the wetter I get, the less that gravity applies to me.
Oh, you can like slip through gravity's grasp.
So I get really wet and then I go up in the sky and then I like rain down on people. I'm like a cloud.
You're the water cycle.
I'm just the water cycle.
If
So
you
you're
get-
just a really dense, wet dude?
I'm just a really wet dude and I
And
go up.
sometimes you evaporate, and then you accumulate, or you condense, and then you precipitate. You're the water cycle.
I'm the water cycle. I go up in the sky.
And you do ride a motorcycle that you call the water cycle.
That's absolutely true. And like when I get really wet, and it's like when I get nervous too,
Oh no, you're gonna make all my books wet.
because I get really
They're
sweaty.
gonna get all soggy.
I get sweaty and
It's
then I
gonna
start
be-
floating.
It's gonna be so much harder to read them.
So like for my hero, it's my costume is like designed to make me really sweaty. It's like the special like garbage bag, like, you know,
Yeah.
tight garbage bag. So it expands with me.
This pose is already so good. Like, wait, hold on.
And I think like maybe I sort of expand out as well
Oh boy. Yeah.
as I go up. So it kind of just I become like a disc.
Oh.
So you flying squirrel it a little bit.
And then I'm just kind of going out like this, and I'm floating above, you know, the crowd.
You're like a balloon. You're like a little Macy's Day balloon.
But
Here comes the wet gravity balloon. Oh wait, it's actually him.
it's
He's-
wet gravity.
He's expanded to the size of a parade balloon. Hooray!
Oh, hooray! The day is saved.
How we love him, this hero of ours.
The
Are
day
you
is
happy to be this? You
no.
don't
Look
very
at me. I'm
happy.
not
Oh,
happy
no.
at all. This sucks.
You look a little upset.
Well, I didn't intend to float. I got nervous. I was talking to a stranger for the first time.
You were just trying to make a good first impression.
What happens if you have like
You got a little
sweaty
sweaty.
hands? Do your hands just float up?
Yeah, I start floating up like hand first.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
get pulled up towards the sky a little bit.
Hands and armpits first.
Yeah, because I do get sweaty hands sometimes, and so this would be a real
Yeah,
issue for me.
for sure.
This would not be my ideal quirk at all.
No, but we can't argue with the anime Twitter.
We can't argue with the anime Twitter. So this is me,
It's you.
and then I'm just kind of like raining down,
Gross.
Ugh.
and like that's the thing too, is that I'm like embarrassed.
You're embarrassed, and you make everyone who you rain on embarrassed too.
Yeah, they get embarrassed as
Everyone's
well.
just like, hey, look, I don't need to do this crime right now.
It's
go
gross
home.
out here.
This is bad. This is bad for everyone.
This is bad for everyone. Wet gravity is here, and no one feels like doing any crimes today. But you know, maybe I provide some benefit for like the farms,
That's true.
for like
yeah.
the wet farms. I'm leaving a lot of room under here,
Yep. Thank you.
so hopefully Julia, let's just get, because I'm wearing like a really tight, so we gotta get like my butt
Yeah,
in
real
there.
tight, real not breathable material.
It's my tight, sweaty suit,
Gross.
but it's like porous too to let out the liquid.
Right, it lets the liquid out, but no like cool air gets in.
No, yeah, it retains the heat.
It locks it in. It's like that heat tech stuff that you use for like mountain climbing, but you just wear it on a summer's day.
Yeah, and I'm
In the
so
city.
hot and I'm so sweaty. Let's get more sweat.
Let's
like-
get more sweat.
Some of these like, you know, lines here that are like,
These
Ugh.
are definitely heroes. These guys show up and you're like, "Oh, the heroes have arrived.
the heroes have arrived, we're saved.
Some superheroes are here.
Some superheroes.
They're going to get us wet with stinky body water and make me read a book.
Nothing bad could happen to us now. The heroes are here.
Watch out, crime.
I'm also wearing just a tiny little cape. It's really small.
So tiny. It's almost like a bib at this
'cause
point.
Well, it's because the more embarrassed I get, the more I sweat.
It got wet.
And then the more I fly.
You put it in the dryer and it shrunk.
Yeah, it shrunk up in the dryer. And then it's like, well, he's really embarrassed to wear that cape, so he has to wear it all the time now. Because it enhances my super abilities.
Nice.
Okay, this is Wet Gravity.
This is Wet Gravity.
The best hero, the greatest hero
Such
who
a
ever
good
lived.
drippy boy.
Julia, let's get Wet Farmer in here
Yep.
to complete the trio.
Wet farmer.
At least you look like you're about to do some heroics. Like, I don't at all. I'm not ready to do anything good.
You're floating though. At least you're demonstrating superpowers. I'm just a man excitedly holding books. This is the person you absolutely avoid as you're trying to leave the subway station.
Yeah. You just hit up the Scholastic Book Fair and you're psyched to get home and read your Captain Underpants.
It's a lot of Captain Underpants. It's a lot of Captain Underpants and it's also, my books, my theses that I've published. Just like, I just want your notes, just any thoughts on the conclusions.
I worked
reach.
really hard on this.
I'm robbing this bank. Yeah, not right now.
Not right now, you're not. You got to do your reading
I've
first.
assigned this reading.
And there's a few more volumes after this one.
Yeah,
So lock in.
make sure to read all the works cited. I worked really hard on that, making sure everything's properly annotated and cited. Julia starting off with a good facial expression.
Thank you.
Someone who's excited to be a hero.
I'm trying to figure out even what like Wet Farmer's quirk would be.
I never
know?
named mine, but it's called Downpour.
Oh, nice.
My quirk
Oh,
is
nice.
called Downpour. I go up in the sky and rain. I'm just a cloud.
I'm just a cloud.
Now back to Wet Farmer's quirk.
If a cloud was a person, they'd be sad and embarrassed all the time. Just constantly getting huge and full of water and then dropping it on people.
So is Wet Farmer just a wet farmer?
I mean, yeah.
How did Wet Farmer get into the Hero Academy?
They're just real good at farming. No. Maybe they have like an ability, like if they have access to any sort of water, no matter how small, they can make plants like overgrow.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Plant
Have
growth.
some sort of like,
That's a good.
The ability could be called Overgrowth
yeah,
or Nourish.
nourish. I like that.
The quirk is Nourish.
Or hydroponics.
Grow that sticky icky good stuff. It looks like, Julia, as Wet Farmer, you don't actually want to be a farmer.
I'm just like, God, just let me. I think I'm annoyed that I'm like distracted from my farming work to have to go like do some hero work.
Oh,
Like,
I see. Yeah,
there are literally so many. Like everyone can be a hero, basically.
you
at
just
this
want to
point.
be a farmer, and everyone decided, no,
Someone's
you've got
gotta
this.
feed the people.
You've got this incredible ability. You have to use it to fight crime. And you're like, I could fight hunger.
Fight what?
The systemic problem of.
Is hunger the name of a supervillain?
No, it's just like it's a societal issue that we haven't solved yet.
I don't understand at all.
And I think if we focus more on the root causes.
Can you
of
grow
crime,
a plant to stop this bank robbery?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean I can, but that's not like banks are still going to get robbed. Like people have powers and they're going to use them for ill.
Those ill powers.
Those ill powers.
I gotta make myself walking in the background in order to fit
Yeah,
me.
you're just trudging up.
Yeah. Cuz I'm real excited. I'm real excited to share my books. Jacob's coming.
I'm providing the water for your growth.
Yeah, Jacob's
For your nourish.
floating overhead. Maybe he's as far back as you. He's just gotten really big.
I'm really embarrassed today. I did that thing where I was like going to the movies and they were like, enjoy the movie. And I was like, you
You
too.
too.
And I was like, oh no. And I
Aw,
started floating
dang.
off right then and there. Didn't even get to see the movie.
Oh,
I was trying to go catch Us in theaters
oh man,
and missed it.
you missed it. You you got too embarrassed.
Got too embarrassed because I said a stupid thing.
You too. That's got to happen to the people working there so often, though, that
Yeah.
they like it probably doesn't register even with them.
But it registers
It
with me.
registers with me.
That's for
I
sure.
know I did a dumb.
At least I got to show up here and, help out the effort,
Right.
the crime
The
solving
crime
effort.
solving. We're definitely, whatever crime is happening on the other that we're all staring at, we're going to solve it. We're going to end the crime.
I think that you've assigned them some reading, the bank robbers.
Yeah.
And then
And
Julia's
there's-
coming up.
I'm the advanced party. I can't actually stop the crime, but
Yeah.
I work great on a superhero team.
You can pause the crime
Yeah.
for a pretty good bit of time.
And if they're a particularly like empathic villain that maybe just is misunderstood, maybe they read something that I give to them and they go, I never thought about it that way.
It's like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense.
That happens once out of every 100 crimes I'm involved in fighting.
But it makes it all worth it.
Yeah, if I can set someone on the right path by enlightening them with some assigned reading.
There's nothing that gets people going more than being made to read something
Yeah.
that they don't want to.
Physically against their will.
People love that.
People love that.
There were so many books I read in high school, and I was like, I love this book because I have to read it.
Yes.
And normally I wouldn't want to, but I have to.
Yeah, I'm glad that I was forced to
And
do this.
that's really making me enjoy it a lot more. I'm really getting into it because I'm made to do it.
Yeah.
I think Julia comes in and
foolproof.
like with the water grows the plants that
And
kind
they
of
just-
wrap
they
around.
just wrap around.
Yeah.
She's just like, can I go now?
Can I go
Can
now?
I go back to
Can I
do
go
my
back to-
job?
I was in the middle of making enough wheat to feed the entire
And
city.
I grew some rice over here. Can you just
Could
can you just
someone come harvest that?
and then at
It's
least
gonna
I've done
go-
2 things at the same time? At least I've done somewhat of the job I want to do.
Oh, this like slow trudge.
Yeah.
Really got a good mood to this pose, Julia.
Thank you. I was thinking of like what plants need the most water and they use so much water for rice to keep the bugs out.
Mm-hmm.
So I want my farmer to just always be like walking around with some rice, just like, oh God, I was really where I needed to be, and you've done and ruined it.
You've done and ruined
You've
it.
done and ruined it.
You've done and ruined
You've gone
it.
and done and ruined it.
Anyway, okay. Can we just have some rice?
Have
Go
some
away.
rice.
I
Enjoy
gotta
some rice.
go.
It's wet. It is wet.
It's wet. Just cook it. It's real delicious.
I think that Nathan, Professor Steve,
Yes.
as the advanced party, you assign reading and then you use sort of the average estimate of how long it typically takes someone to finish that book.
Oh,
like
yeah.
The Kindle estimate. And then you call Julia. You're like, you've got 6 to 8 hours
Yeah.
to get over here.
There's several chapters.
depending on the speed at which they read.
Do you think that like the villain to counter Nathan's powers is like Spark Notes?
Oh yeah. So
I've
he can-
already read the summary.
I know what to expect. I don't have to waste time. I can skim.
Or like actual literal movie guy. It's like I've seen the movie adaptation.
Oh, that'd be a great superpower if you touch a book and you know what the movie adaptation was. You just
Yeah.
see it.
You just see it in your
You
mind.
see it in your mind.
That'd be pretty cool. You'd never have to watch a movie again.
No, you could just touch books.
Just touch books all day.
touch all of those books that you wanted, all the Twilights.
I'd be pretty bummed though because part of what I like about reading is that it occupies time, and I would lose out on that
Yeah.
that
That's
aspect.
true.
Then you have all this time that you got to spend.
It's like, what am I supposed to do with this time now? This is what reading was for.
Dang, you listen to podcasts.
So none of us really have superhero outfits, huh?
I
Well,
do.
Yeah,
a little, I guess.
Jacob does.
Do you see my little cape?
Oh, that's true. You do have a little cape. I'm just a farmer.
I'm cosplaying as my favorite anime character, Van Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist.
Well, I feel like in My Hero, like they usually dress as what they are or do.
No one
That's
will
true.
ever have a better superhero costume than Best Jeanist.
Yeah.
That is true.
So
Yeah. He's just wearing jeans all over.
he's
So-
just head to toe jeans.
If he can do that, you can just be a farmer.
you could just be a
and
farmer.
I can be a flying man in a trash bag.
What's the principal's name? He's just the animal that's real smart.
Yeah, he's just a,
He just
a
wears
smart
a,
animal.
He just wears a suit.
Yeah.
He's just an animal wearing a suit.
That's a good point.
You can anything.
Anything is fair game.
When 70% of the world's population, is it more than 70%? It's like 70 something.
Isn't it like higher? I think it's like
when
whatever.
When a significant portion of the world's population has superpowers, you run out of costume ideas, I think, and then
That's
you can just
true.
sort of wear whatever.
Did we do it?
We did it.
We did it.
I'm certainly a wet farmer.
Here we are.
The
The greatest hero team the world has ever known.
Yeah.
Professor Steve and his wet buddies.
Professor Steve and the Wet Buddies.
Nathan's character looks like he's doing a commercial.
Yeah.
And he's like really close to the camera, and these two idiots are like just walking around in the background.
Are you tired of waiting for A-list superheroes to come stop crimes? Call Professor Steve and the Wet Buddies. We'll do something.
We'll definitely do something.
We'll definitely do something. And if you want, I'll even give you some books to read.
Thanks for watching. We're sorry.
We're sorry. Leave a suggestion of what you want to see us draw next.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.